and welcome to another episode of Dialogue with Bharat. I'm your host, Aanchal Gupta. Today, I'm especially excited because we have with us Mr. Husain Quettawalla, Executive Director and Board Member at Stiebel Eltron India. Husain has been at the forefront of bringing Stiebel Eltron's century-long legacy of German innovation into the Indian market. With his leadership, the brand is not just offering advanced technologies, but also shaping how we understand comfort, energy efficiency, and sustainable living for Indian homes. Husain, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Achal. Pleasure to be on your podcast. I figured and discovered today that that's what it's called for a video podcast.
Yes, not in Kaiso.
Correct. So yeah, thanks for having that. I never thought I'd kind of be here, but here we are. I think our association with Bharat Affair has been fairly long.
Right.
And Bharat Affair has created a real mark, let's say, for this category in the Delhi market, help us establish really what this brand is over the years. So I think it's quite fitting, right, that we actually launch our first formal event on the Comfort Gallery in India at Bharat Affair in Delhi. So thank you so much for having me here, and I look forward to our session.
That's wonderful to hear, sir. We've always believed in bringing meaningful innovation to our clients, and hearing that come from you especially validates us being here. So, and it feels special to hosting this conversation right here at the launch of the Comfort Gallery. Now let's begin the questions. So, Husain, what inspired to take you on this leadership road at Stiebel Eltron India, and what has this journey meant to you?
Yeah, so you could say that I started my entrepreneurial, and business career in India really with Stiebel Eltron as an importer. Okay. So in a way, the association has been for more than 14 years along with Stiebel Eltron, and you can say I maybe manifested it, that I would probably be leading the company here incorporated in India, and so here we are, right? I think what is important really is for me to see this brand grow, right, and ensure that the legacy of this brand, right, continues. And we're just starting our journey here in India, and this is a new phase with new management,
Right.
And a lot of good work has been done, and we'll continue to do that.
That's an incredible journey from an importer to executive director. So let's move on. Stiebel Eltron is trusted in more than 100 countries with the legacy of over 100 years. How do you see that global reputation taking shape in the Indian subcontext?
Yeah, so I think, look, the brand itself, right, it's a representation of, people, right, people who are behind the scenes, right, and the shareholders, the Stiebel family, really, and the management board. I think my values kind of align with their values, right? And we have the same mission and vision really for the company in India. And what is really important is that when these two things kind of align, right, that's where people then talk about, the brand in real sense, So the products and the solutions, of course, exist, right? But ultimately what is important really is, the people behind it. And I think that that's what represents a 100-year-old brand. It's about that credibility which we as people bring to it. That's my view on the brand and its legacy. Yeah.
Okay, that's a refreshing take on it. Actually, with today's world's companies running after the money, you are saying the people is the power for you. So that's a refreshing approach. Great. So from advanced water heaters to modern heat pumps, Stiebel Eltron has a diverse range. Which product do you believe are going to be most relevant for Indian homes? And maybe why?
So I think that ultimately what is important for us and where Stiebel globally will grow is our core competencies, right? So things that we have actually innovated on, so whether it's the tankless water heater or the heat pump 50 years ago, we're also focused on ventilation products, which are there. So I think ultimately it's about providing comfort to people in their homes for products and solutions which make their life easy, right? And from my perspective, I think that ventilation is a core category of business today because, health and well-being is so important right now. And, a lot of it is about the air we breathe today. So although we are known and we've historically been a company for hot water solutions, really, I think we're, only going to further build upon what we have done with new product categories. And I think ventilation is one of the categories, if I had to single out one category to, for us to grow in that direction. Yeah.
That's fascinating because, to be honest, ventilation is one point where in the Indian subcontext, we don't understand the value of the indoor air. So
Correct.
So bringing this technology into the Indian market is very important.
No, I should have bought my CO2 meter here actually, and I part of this conversation, we would have seen how the CO2 levels in the space rise. Like, and that's a clear indication of, what happens when you are in a closed room and there's a lot of mental activity going on at that point of time, and you don't have fresh air in or an exchange of air actually coming. And that is causing a lot of inefficiencies when it comes to work, when it comes to play, and impacting health. So
Obviously, your mind starts to slow down. You can't, if you don't get fresh air, obviously. Correct. So bringing that in Indian context is very nice. So when you look ahead, what do you think is one of the big shifts that will define the future of comfort in Indian homes?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, I think, when you talk about comfort, right, I think time is a big factor, right? Like today, we are really in a world where everything is instant, right? You want instant groceries, you want, instant, pay transfers, whatever. Everything is instant, right? Our life. So what we don't have and what we are seeking is time, because it is a finite period in our lives, right? So I think comfort really is a question of being able to have more time for yourself. And if you have products and solutions which can actually buy you time and create more time for yourself, then I think that's really going to be something which people will continue to invest in, right? And I think that a lot of our technologies are focused on making things efficient and creating not only comfort for what they do, these products, but also create good time in your lives. And I think that's really what I think in the future which will define comfort as, from our perspective.
Patching time with comfort is a very fresh perspective, which is very missing in our times these days.
yeah, think about it, right? What is the one thing you value the most?
Time, because I need time for my son, time for work, time for myself. Nobody's getting that big.
Correct.
So if you have technology to make that simple, free your time, it's perfect. And get the tankless water heaters is a great example of that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hands down my favorite product. But obviously, as a company, we have a large portfolio. But it is automation. Before automation as a concept was actually sold to us for all these products, right? So yes, absolutely. But it's a great example of how this technology creates time for people. And in India, time is money, right? So it actually helps in both things.
That's right. In the morning, we were talking, and I feel I spoiled my son with a tankless water heater, because he doesn't know the concept कि सुबह उठ के पहले हम heater on करते थे. He doesn't know the concept. He just knows कि tap on हुआ तो we're getting that water. So, but yeah, okay. The Comfort Gallery where we are sitting today is a unique initiative in this space. How is it helping homeowners and professionals experience these technologies in a more tangible way? What is your take on that?
So it's a good question, I think. I think the level of education or awareness about the categories or the segments we actually play in is very low in India, right? We are not at yet the level where Europe, America, Japan, or even Australasia really is, right? The priorities of our investments in India have been primarily when you make a home into a tile or a sofa or, what is seen, right? Okay, because that's really because we have pride in our home. So I think creating this education and awareness, right, is very important, and you need platforms to do that ultimately, right, where your customer will engage, right? Of course, we can do it online as well, but an offline engagement means a more informed and an aware customer. And when a customer is more informed and aware about how these solutions bring comfort to life, then I think, they will possibly look at investing in them rather than them looking as an expenditure really, to their home. I think the Comfort Gallery's main objective is about education and awareness, knowledge transfer really about the importance of these equipments in people's homes. And I think that's the strategy we've got. I think experiential selling in general, I mean, why do we partner with, platforms such as yours, right? Showrooms such as yours, is because you guys believe in experiential selling. Yeah, it's not about a small shop and selling a product, right? It's about creating an environment so that the customer understands what true luxury is about. And I think that's the path we are also taking. So thank you for actually providing us some good space.
No, that's what Bathfield also does. We have such a huge showroom because of that. Because we've seen the difference of a client and architect when they see the product, touch the product, feel the product. The perspective changes versus seeing in a catalog versus touching and experience the seeing the underflow heating. The different textures you feel, what kind of texture we are using. So that comes into play.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think, you will not have to sell to someone,
Sees the-
and say, wow, this is going to be my feet, and they experience it during winter, let's say, if someone costs here. That's easy said also.
Perfect. We have our instant heaters fitted to our showers also.
Right.
Stiebel Eltron.
Right.
So that they know what is the time difference between the on button and the
Absolutely.
hot.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Bath Affair has partnered with Stiebel Eltron to bring some of these experience closer to the Indian audience. How do you see this partnership contributing to the larger journey?
Yeah, I think, just to make it simple, I think, onwards, upwards, right? This is a very common thing people are saying these days, but it's actually true. We have a good foundation, really, and I think that we are in a new phase, a new era where people are, investing in their homes, and this platform will definitely help us accelerate business momentum and growth, really. And I think provide what you guys at Bath Affair want to provide to your customers, whether it's your architect or your consultant or customers, you want to add value to their lives. And I think this is what this is going to go. So the journey, like I said, is going to be onward and upward.
Very crisp. Onwards and upwards. Yes. For us. Now, before we wrap up, let's do a quick rapid fire. Oh, wow. One word, one line answers. Okay. Let's start. One Stiebel Eltron product you personally recommend.
Thankless for ease.
Oh, that's not it. A common misconception Indians have about comfort technology.
Complexity.
Complexity. Yes, true. Comfort in one word for you.
Luxury.
Okay. The best part about working with a 100-year-old company, legacy company.
Patience. Also.
Okay. Try. One personal comfort ritual you never compromise on.
Chai.
Chai. Oh, I'm sure the viewers will align with this statement. A hot cup of tea in the morning, and that's the comfort.
Absolutely. I think we also have the product actually at Stiebel Eltron, which is called the Hot 2.0, which is an under-sink product in a kitchen where you can just turn on your tap and get boiling hot water at 90 degrees or even 100 degrees, right? Where you can make your coffee, you can make your tea, you can, do cooking very easily on it. So it's one of the things we're also evaluating actually getting the... So not a one-word answer, but, this is just to add to that. So one not disqualified and have it by...
You won.
I hope I'm getting a hamper.
Yes, perfectly. Listen, thank you once again for being with us today. It's been inspiring to hear about your journey, the brand's vision, and how you're shaping the future of comfort in India. That was Mr. Husain Quettawalla, Executive Director at Stiebel Eltron India, with us on Dialogue with Bath Affair. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.